As part of the intro to a lot of these episodes that are upcoming on this YouTube channel, the one thing that I want everybody to understand is it can be a grind. Duck hunting is challenging for a lot of us, for all of us for that matter. It is what you make it, right? You can make it as hard on yourself as possible. You can make it as easy as it is on yourself as possible with the equipment that you buy, the things that you can use that get you further out there. And then we get into the part of understanding public land. Public land is a very important part of waterfowling for a lot of us. Not all of us have deep daddy pockets. Not all of us are multimillionaires that can buy up a lot of land and flood cornfields and do all the things that help maintain duck populations in specific areas. That's just not us. It's not a lot of us. So as we go into these episodes, we're going to go into public lands. We're going to go into how to get away from people, how to push yourself farther to be successful, but also not to have to get into some of the negative sides of social media. Hunting, that is. Duck hunting can be very enjoyable for each and every person that does it. You have to go in with a level head and an understanding of it. Bird identification is going to be a huge part of these episodes. Why is that important? It is very important to me. And it should be very important to each and every one of you as well. If you don't know what you're shooting at, you wouldn't go out in the woods deer hunting and shoot an elk. Well, at least I hope you wouldn't. Because you know what a deer is versus what an elk is. There's 40 plus huntable species of birds in North America that are waterfowl. So you need to learn the majority of the ones that you're going to see in your area, because you need to know what limits are and what limits of each one that you can harvest on a daily basis. And going forward in a lot of this, in these episodes, utilizing what you harvest. I will get into that in a lot of different detail, but if you're just going out there to kill stuff, we don't need you in the sport. So at that point, if that's all you're in it for, turn off the YouTube video, maybe pick up knitting. Pick up something that's going to be a little bit less psychotic for you, and that would be the point where you end that conversation of learning how to hunt. But if that's not you and you want to learn how to cook it properly, how to prepare things for your family, how to eat really, really good duck egg rolls. I like duck egg rolls a lot. They're a really good recipe that can feed a lot of people with your things that you bring home from the marsh. But at the end of the day, guys, if you're subscribing to this channel, which I hope you do, there's a little button, you push that, gets you further down the road. I'm going to go over things that I've seen as a person, learning it from trying and screwing up and failing and educating myself and getting better, and using social media for my advantage of education. Educating myself not only to find like-minded people like myself that hunt because they enjoy hunting, not what they get out of it online, but also the other side of it where you can be a good steward to the land, a conservationist, and be able to support organizations that are helping keep this stuff on the landscape for each and every one of us. That's something that every one of us should strive for as a hunter. So going into the next stuff, we are going to get into the calls. We are going to get into decoys. We are going to get into all the things that are waterfowling. But just know that you can play a key part in conservation of all this stuff, whether it's joining a nonprofit group, whether it's going to a natural resource area, a state park, a natural area. The Mead Wildlife Area is in my hometown. I go there a lot because you can learn a lot from ducks and birds when you go out there in their spring migration when they come back through this area. If you're taking the time to learn all those things, it just makes you a more well-rounded hunter. And as you strive for those things, it gets easier because you can watch a widgeon from afar. You know how to whistle at it. You know how to get it to come through your decoys, and you know how to get it to land in your decoys so you can harvest it to maybe, well, eat it for one or put it on your wall as a memory, because that's what we should be doing as hunters. None of this unethical stuff that we see online, making fun of game and all the other stuff, That just doesn't have a place here. So if you're looking how to be an educated, ethical hunter, continue to watch these videos. We'll have more and more of them, and they're going to get better with each one because, well, let's just face it, I'm not Steven Spielberg. I'm not putting together a full-rounded cinematic approach at this, but I just want to be able to teach people because I enjoy it, and hopefully you enjoy it as well.